morning and welcome to He Sees Us All YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about spiritual leaking. Spiritual leaking is a term that I have coined what we're all experiencing right now myself, so if you'd like to know what that is, watch the video, I guess. What if I told you that the spiritual realm cannot be considered as such anymore, that it can't be considered out of reach anymore? When we think of spiritual beings, we think of like angels or demons or ghosts, beings that we can't reach from here, that exist, but they're not really here anymore. And what if I told you that the quantum computer was what we had to thank for that? That the quantum computer is what brought these beings over here, or gave them access to our realm. What if I told you that the quantum computer wasn't even a computer? This is the inside of the quantum computer, and it's like no computer I've ever seen. And it says here that harnessing the power of a quantum processor requires maintaining constant temperatures near absolute zero, and it's a dilution refrigerator that exploits the mixing properties of two helium isotopes, and I guess that's what creates the freezing environment. The mixing chamber at the lowest part of the refrigerator provides the necessary cooling power to bring the processor down to a temperature of 15 MK. Now, I don't know what MK stands for or what that means, but I do know that it means that it's colder than outer space. So they have to bring this thing down to a temperature that doesn't exist in our reality, here on Earth, in order for this thing to work, which I found kind of interesting. Like, they have to bring it into a temperature that doesn't exist here in order to communicate with the things over there. If you watch the TED Talks conference, there's an about quantum computing. An engineer speaks about this thing, and he explains it as literally stealing energy from parallel realities as real as ours, but they're not here. So there's that. What if I told you that the line, "What if I told you," was never in the Matrix? Would that surprise you? Because it certainly surprised me. I'm sure a lot of you know what the Mandela effect is, and real quick, if you don't, anybody who's not affected by it would call it misremembering. Anyone who is affected by it calls it the Mandela effect. I'm not going to get into why it's termed the Mandela effect, but I remember things as the way they used to be, I guess you would say. Oscar Mayer, I remember as Oscar Mayer. I guess it's always been Oscar Mayer. Captain Crunch has changed. Jiffy Peanut Butter, it's always been Jif, I guess. Never had a Y. Fruit Loops, it's never been spelt like fruit. It's always had with the two O's and two O's. Looney Tunes, I remember it being Looney Tunes as in cartoons with two O's. It's spelt tunes, Tunes, as in like music. Pikachu, I was not really into Pokemon, but I loved Pikachu because, he's freaking adorable. I remember him having a black stripe on his tail. I guess he never did. The Monopoly Man, this one I'm not affected by. I feel like people are getting confused by Mr. Peanut, but not everybody's affected by the same memories, so I'm not going to swear that everybody's being confused by Mr. Peanut. He may well have had a monocle before and doesn't now. Is this evidence of parallel realities, or, is it something different? Is this evidence of spiritual leaking? Now, I say this because, I found that the Gothard Tunnel ceremony opening was quite interesting, and CERN, I think they have a lot to do with this as well. CERN, I think, they're not really looking for how the universe was made. I think they're looking how to turn back time, and it's quite possible that they have been successful or are gonna be successful in the future and have been at some time in the past that we're not living in now. I don't want to get this too confusing. CERN's, they say their main priority is to figure out how the universe started, but, is that, when do they tell us the truth, honestly? This is the ceremony to the Gothard Tunnel opening. It was truly a demonic sight, and they televised it, which was interesting. Again, the unveiling, I don't know. They had a Baphomet flying around, but what particularly interested me in this ceremony was the clock, how they kept turning back time on the clock. Now, Saturn worship, Kronos worship, Saturnalia, Kronos is time, this all goes back to occultism. Now, my theory here is, possibly, was CERN successful in turning back time? Now, maybe they haven't done it yet here now, but in times past. Maybe the Mandela effect is because we've relived these things over and over again. What does Shiva have to do with CERN? What does CERN have to do with Hindu deities? And what do Hindu deities have to do with science? I thought nothing, but here stands Shiva at CERN in between two buildings. Right in CERN's logo we have here is 666. And this is what I mean by spiritual leaking. The devil is everywhere. And it's really prominent today like never before. A lot of different signs and symbols have always been there, and that's why I feel that this is truly the Great Awakening. This is the unveiling. This is it, because we weren't all so awake before as we are now. That's not to say that not anybody was seeing at the things as they were before as evil. I'm sure some people out there saw things as what they were always, but I'm saying for the most part, most people are waking up now. I think the door has been opened between these two realities, and, spiritually, things are leaking through. Spiritual beings can be both. They can be angels and demons, but it says in the Bible, and it's very clear that in the end times, the demons are basically going to be given time to roam freely. And the devil knows his time is limited. So in the end times, you'd think that he would amp up his performance in the world, I guess you would say. And he really has. If you look in all the signs and symbols in the world today, it's everywhere. The mark of the beast, 666, it's in Walt Disney. They start with us real young. It's in signs and symbols everywhere. Like some of these I didn't even know of, but if you look, you can find 666, or you can find, the pentagram. You could find different signs and symbols for Saturn. It's literally in things that we use every day, and a lot of these logos aren't different from what they used to be. So a lot of these things have always been there. So, to me, the devil's always been there, but the awakening is happening now, because at no time before were people so aware of all of these signs and symbols. It's literally everywhere. Everybody has email. Everybody uses Google. There's your Chrome browser with 666. We have Walt Disney, 666 in his signature. Here we have Starbucks. This is the old logo, but you turn it upside down. It's the head of Baphomet. Here's the new logo, but it's still, Ordo Baphometus. Here we go. It's still the same logo. You know what I'm saying? They're going for the same thing. Heineken. Now, in the occult, reversal is a big thing. So you turn their logo upside down, you have the pentagram, the head of Baphomet, and you have your 666, Loomis, the pyramid. Now, these are the people that, they're like security people. They're the armored trucks that carry the money. This I found really interesting, because I want to hit this real quick just to show you. It was a white photo when I took it, but for some reason, it's black here. It was interesting to me, because there you have your duality, you're white and black. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's all the more just goes to prove what I'm trying to prove here. Lucius, you got your 666. Mitsubishi, as above, so below, with your pyramids, double-sided pyramids. Toyota, with the ram's head and, the Baphomet head. You have the Dodge with the ram Baphomet head. You have Audi. Here it's showing 666, but this also represents Vesica Pisces. Here's some other logos representing Vesica Pisces. These are all occult logos and all different signs of allegiance, I guess you could say. You have your Gmail, your Facebook, your Apple Store, the Google Play. That's the sigil of Satan, for my God. Come on, people. Coca-Cola. Here, I saw the 666 in Coca-Cola. I did not know about this, though. If you read it from left to right in mirror orientation backwards, in Arabic letters, I guess it spells out no Muhammad, no Mecca. Now, where it's pointed to in parentheses, that's it in Arabic letters. And I see it. Coca-Cola. There it is. Monster Energy. We've all heard of this. Unleash the Beast. Their catchphrase is Unleash the Beast. Come on, people. It's got the sigil right where the O is, and it's also 666, Hebrew numerals. This is what I mean by spiritual leaking. It's leaking into our reality today. The Apple logo, it represents the bite taken from the apple. It represents the fall of man that Adam and Eve took. The very first apple sold for $666.66. Now, when I looked this up, it said the Apple One went on sale July 1976 at the price of $666.66 because Wozniak liked repeating digits and because 1/3 markup on the $500 wholesale price. Now, that says Like, really? Because he likes repeating digits, and because of a 1/3 markup, there's your 1/3 and your occult symbolism there again. And now this isn't just the first Apple. This is a modern advertisement for an Apple something. I don't know. It was on some news thing, but they had it again on sale for $666.66. Apple doesn't even try to hide, at all, who their CEOs and who their company is following, or who they're representing, or what their agenda is, I guess you would say. Their agenda is to lead man right into the fire, honestly. And it's not just Apple, it's all cell phones. All cell phones that we carry around in our pockets every day on a daily basis, all of us have them, are scrying mirrors. And it's not just our cell phones, our televisions are them too. Any black reflective surface would be considered a scrying mirror. Now, what a scrying mirror is what occultists use to contact the other side. It's in a sense a Ouija board, but it's a doorway to the other side. So it's inviting these things in from over there, and we all have these doorways in our house. And because thanks to CERN and the D-Wave computer, we're really amping up these things on passing through the doorways and coming over here. If you look at the third one in here from the left, as if you were just reading normal, it's the sigil of Satan. That is, turn it sideways, the Google Play button. It's and then the one right next to it looks like the Pepsi symbol. These are all different signs and symbols for Satanism, and they all look awfully familiar to me. I'd like to end this video today with this cute meme of just not today, Satan, not today. Because I'd like to remind you all of how hard it is to live in this world today without using these products, without being a part of this beast system. And I'd just like to remind you all about how forgiveness is there for all of us if it's asked for. Pray through Jesus Christ, ask for forgiveness, and pray for the others who aren't awake yet, who don't see this yet, because people's eyes are opening in the mass numbers, and I think some people need help awakening to this, but it's no joke. It's everywhere. A lot of these signs and symbols have always been there. A lot of them are new, but it's ushering in like it never has been before. It's in Hollywood. It's all over TV. It's all over our school buses. We're sending our children right into the mouth of the dragon. And, I have a child myself, and I don't even know what to do about this anymore. I just pray to the Father every day, and I pray for all of you. I hope you all pray for me. I just say follow in God's light, and, live for God and live for Jesus Christ, and not today, Satan, not today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please help my channel grow. Leave me a comment, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.